Hi, I'm Tadao of Madatsukaerude. Madatsukaerude is Japanese, meaning you can still use it. So let's repair it yourself and save money, energy, and resources. This is the continued video of the 2009 Nissan Versa. The starter occasionally doesn't turn. And finally, I found the cause of this problem. So it took almost 1 month, but if you just want to know the conclusion, it was the key, bad key, and that bad key is if I use a bad key, it sometimes turns, but it basically kicks on the security. So security feature is not the lifted. So the starter, the CPU actually keeps it from keep the starter from turning. So that was the cause. If you just wanna see the that part, you wanna go to the last portion of this video. But since I took so many clips, I don't know how long this video clip gonna be. But if you're interested in what I have done for the diagnosis, you can welcome to see all the things clips they took for this video. And so this video will end when I identify the problem. So I will try to solve the problem in the next video. But anyways, this is how it went. So today I decided to clean there's another the ground terminal there, and I removed it and unwrapped the tape, and it looks like something was going wrong with this. There was a black tape over this, and I'm gonna remove it and double check if everything is fine or not. So I removed the tape, and it doesn't really look bad. So I think I'm gonna tape it back and clean the terminal, but the terminal is clean, so I suspect this is not the cause. So today I'm gonna check one thing. Actually, right now the negative is on the ground and positive is on the tray, and I got 12 volts, more than 12 volts. Okay, because yesterday I noticed that when I they turn the key to start, the starter should receive 12 volt signal, but when it didn't crank, it only got 3 volts. So I think I'm gonna try one more time. It may start today though, this morning, but let's try. So that I put the terminal. It's hard to see. This is the wire that's going down to the signal port, terminal of the starter. We're gonna replace this with this. And I'm gonna clamp turn the key to the on start. Okay, I'm gonna crank the key, the starter, turn the key to the start. Again, I'm actually checking the fuse. So the bank here, this guy, I pulled it out. Is and the ignition circuit, and so this is the fuse. I checked this conduction. It's conductive. It's not really burnt out, but I don't know. I want to double check. It maybe cracked. I don't know. So I replaced this guy to a new one. It looks same though. The all fuse, it looks like the center port is a little bit I saw some line-ish thing, so I think it should be fine. Also, I cleaned the terminal for this guy. This guy is, I believe that is also related to the ignition So the terminal looks a little bit tarnished. I don't think that's the cause, but anyways, I did these guys and see what happens in the future. Okay, I'm gonna turn the key to the start. Okay, so as you saw, it didn't really give the signal of 0 volt, no volt. Actually, yesterday we saw the 3 volt ish, so that was I was really interested in. That could be a clue, but now it's 0 volt. So this electric circuit doesn't really give the starting voltage to the starter. So now key is on, and I pulled out the ignition relay. Actually, this is not ignition relay, this is starter relay, and I believe one of the terminal get 12, and the other side doesn't give anything. And I want to double check. So this guy, I'm gonna check keep, so that if I turn the key on, so this 12 volts is supposed to go to the coil of the ignition, the starter relay, and then go to the other end, and the other end should be grounded. So I'm gonna check the resistance of the other end. So now the range is ohm, so if I short circuit, I get the 0 ohm. And this guy, it already have some interesting. So you get some resistance, but it's almost continuous. So I'm gonna turn the ignition to the start. So I'm a little bit confused now. So if I measure right now, the key is out. I don't have any key, and still this terminal has about 10 ohm, 12 ohm ish. And so I check the other terminal with voltage. Key is off. Key not off. It's actually there's no key inside. And then the other terminal is showing nothing actually. So 0 volt. So that kind of makes sense. That means if I turn the key on position, I believe this is the starter relay, and the starter relay get already 12 volts. So now I put the paper clip to the hot side of the relay, and ground is ground, and positive is clip, and the range is 12 volts. Now I'm gonna put the key inside and turn the key. Now I put the paper clip to the switch circuit, and the switch circuit one of the switch circuits should get 12 volts when the key is turned to ignition, ignition start. So I'm gonna do the same thing. Okay, try the other terminal. key inserted, accessory, on, start, start. So as you saw, the other terminal get the 12 volts. So this circuit should be working and get the 12 volts. And if it's on, yes. So if the key is on, the relay is already on. And then when the key is turned to the start, the switch circuit gonna energize 12 volts. So this guy is working fine. So actually, I have a new relay. I got it 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago ish. So this is ACM 33221, and I'm gonna put this guy here, this direction. No, this direction. Okay. All right, I put it back together. So let's see how it goes. It start, but I'm not really convinced if that's fixed or not. So I'll keep eye on it. So the difficulties of this program is that if I change something, if I, for example, open the relay box, the engine start. So I cannot really replicate the program or maintain the program state. So I made this. I replaced the. This is the ignition of relay, and 3 times it started without any problem, but the 4th time actually it didn't start. So that means the ignition relay was not the culprit. And so this relay, this is the old relay from but this should be fine. So now I made this kind of thing so that I'll use this relay, and then if the problem happens, I can actually measure the voltage or the conductivity of each terminal, so that I know where the problem is. So I connect it like this. I put the brown and white wires to the coil part of the relay, and the blue and white wires for the switch port. And so I'm gonna put this guy in the car, and if the engine doesn't start, I'm gonna measure the voltage. Okay, I removed the starter relay here and put this guy. Hopefully it can fit. And then okay, so let's measure the voltage. Okay, I connected one terminal to the negative or ground. Actually, this is ground, and the other side to the brown, solid brown, and I'm gonna turn the key on. So as you saw, when I turned the key to the start, it started. The starter actually turned. So this is and when the key is on, it's already got the 12 volts for the coil side, and the other side should be actually grounded. And I'm gonna check the ohm meter. there shouldn't be any voltage on this side, of course. And I'm gonna check the resistance. This guy is 0, and this it's about 9 ohms. And this is the situation right now. And I'm gonna also measure the voltage for this. For this guy is ground. Obviously it's ground. So it's just a coincidence. I just accidentally put the white, blue and white, or brown and white. That is grounded. On the other side, it's not. It shouldn't be grounded, but it should get the voltage if I turn, and that is what you will see now. Okay, I'm gonna turn the key. So as you saw, when the starter cranks, then both the solid blue and solid brown will get 12 volts. Actually, solid brown get 12 volts when I turn the key on, and solid blue get the 12 volts when the key is in the start. So if it doesn't start, I can measure these voltages. That's simple. Okay, it's about a few days after I put this the tapping terminal, and right now the engine didn't start, so I'm gonna measure this first coil voltage. It's funny, it started. It didn't start, but now it started, so I couldn't do the diagnosis, so maybe next time. So this morning I turned the key, and it's actually the turn, and the engine started, but I turned it off and went to bathroom and came back and I tried, and now it doesn't really start. So it's really a mystery, but anyways, I'll try to measure the voltage. So as you saw, this side, coil side, is fine. It gets 12 volts when the key is on or start. Now I'm gonna measure the other side, switch side, and this, if you get the voltage 12 volts here, then the starter should get 12 volts here. So as you saw, when I key is on, I mean start, this guy also got 12 volts. So then the question is where the 12 volts is gone between here and the starter. So I'll take a look. I think I gotta measure the resistance for this. This guy is 0, so this is fine. This guy is 0, so both are actually 0. Interesting. I'll adjust the 0 point to measure the resistance. Okay, this side is 0, this side is 10 ohm. It's same. Interesting. So nothing wrong with here. So I pulled out the circuit diagram again, and this is the around the starter relay. I checked. So that when the key is on or start, I think the CPU gives. That's weird. I think this we got 12 volts when it's on or start, and the other side it's brown. But this side was fine, and we got 12 volts here on 21 when I turned the key to start. I got 12 volts, and this side was actually 0 ohm. That's weird. But anyways, I believe this. The 12 volts does not really reach this starter. So there's nothing in between. So it's just a connector or wire. So this is other page of the manual. So this is the the location of the starter relay, and this is the connector that has the 19. So I think I'm gonna double check the wiring for this particular connector, and also I wanna measure the signal or to the at the starter. So to investigate the the system, I removed the ground of the battery to know more in detail of the system of the car. Yesterday, actually, I noticed when the starter didn't move, the switch side, one side of the switch of the relay got 12 volts, and the other side of the terminal was almost ground, so it was almost 0 ohm. So I was wondering why it's 0 ohm. So then now actually I'm connecting the two the terminals, I mean the testing leads together, and I'm now it's 0 ohm, and when I touch the starter signal terminal, it's 0. Interesting. And the body of the starter is there slightly lower than that. So I think now starter body is 0 ohm, and starter terminal is slightly, but it's less than 1 ohm. My guess is that that starter the signal terminal is also a coil, so it's just a coil, so that's why it's not really have the resistance, so it's almost 0 ohm. So the and as I confirmed yesterday, even if the starter doesn't move, the relay port got 12 volts. So the problem is probably the relay, between the relay and the starter signal line, somewhere it has a problem. So I think conductivity problem or the contacts problem. So I'm gonna take a look of that. I open the box, and I have this relay with the tapping wires, and according to the manual, this connector is going to, so this is a circuit. This connector has 6 terminals, and this 19, that red lead, will go to the starter. So I think this guy. So I suspect this guy to the starter signal line, there is some conductivity problem, contact problem. So I'm gonna take a look. So this is the connector. The red one is this guy, and actually I pulled red wire a little bit hard, but it doesn't really come off, so it's connected well. So one possibility is that you see the metal shape. That shape is supposed to push down the other side. Other side is like this. So that flat metal is clamped by this shape. So this shape might be a little bit loose, and this gave the contact problem. That's one possibility. So I can actually push down with I think I can use a flat screwdriver to push down this terminal a little bit down so that it can contact well. Okay, I think I pushed it a little bit. Okay, I connected this. I adjusted the gap for the connector, and hopefully this is it, but I don't know. Of course, if I wiggle somewhere around here, you're gonna wiggle the cable. I don't know, but the other side, this guy is red. The other side doesn't look red. According to the circuit diagram, there's nothing between this guy and the other side. I think I'm gonna check the contact. Yeah. So I connected to here, and then when I touch the ground, it actually goes low. Okay, of course, when I touch the signal terminal, let's connect. So there's no, but right now, the symptom might not happen, and it might be just okay. State is just fine. But anyways, I'm gonna reconnect this guy and see what happens. Actually, I removed the terminal. I just wire from the terminal, and make sure that's the red wire, and it's actually a red wire after I removing the insulation tape. So the and terminal is just fine. There's no the cut wire kind of thing. So I think I'm gonna put this back again, and so this wire should come directly from that box. So that means I believe that's the terminal, I mean the connector, loose connector was a problem, but hopefully this solved the problem. But I will keep an eye on it, and yeah, I'll keep an eye on it, and if something happens, I'm gonna continue videotaping it. And let's see how it goes, starts or not. Start, good, so I'll keep an eye on it. So actually this morning it didn't start. So it didn't start, and when I wanted to do the diagnosis and open the hood and they connected, and I checked the other side of the relay switch port that actually is connected to there, down there, to the signal tap for the starter. And then when I turned the key, it started. So I decided to put another wire here to measure that signal voltage on the starter, so that if it doesn't start, I can check if the starter signal get the 12 volts or not. If it get the 12 volts, it doesn't start, it's a starter, right? So if there's no voltage. There's something going on between this terminal and the relay terminal. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. So I just connected the ground to the ground and this plus to this tapping wire. So let's see how it goes. Oh, I cannot really put the tripod here. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna turn the key. So this time it started. So this morning it didn't start. So I just put the measure the voltage for the signal terminal on the starter. So as you saw, it didn't give 12 volts. So I'm gonna check the other terminal. So I now put the clip to the switch side of the relay, ignition starter relay. As you saw, the switch side of the relay got 12 volt, but somewhat that 12 volts is not conducted to the signal terminal of the starter. So it's wire or the connection. That's tough to see at the. That's a good information. I basically narrowed the possibility of the cause of this problem. Now I connected to the other side of the relay switch, so that actually should be connected to the starter signal. Okay, as you saw, the relay did not work. So that means there might not be the 12 volts on the coil side. So I'm gonna check the coil side. First, easier thing is to check this. The other side of the coil is on the ground or not. And this guy is a little bit high. Let's check. The other side, okay, it's about 10 ohms. I think it was like that before. So now I'm gonna get 12 volts on the coil side, and this guy actually turns the 12 volts, give 12 volts when the key is on. But anyway, let's see. Accessory on, start. From these results, I have to say it's a relay. Relay got 12 volts, but relay does not really give switch. That's weird. Okay, let's check one more time of this. This guy gives a 12 volts. That's the relay source side of the switch. accessory on, start. So this might be the cause actually. So I'm measuring the coil side of the relay. I got, now this is 0 ohm, and it was about 10 ohm when I saw that, but it's right now it's really high. So resistance is really high, and so it's, I think, the ground problem for the relay. That's my guess. And why the ground? Oh, look at that. If I change the position of the relay. Okay, I think it's a ground somewhere. Where is the ground? Which ground is it? No, it's on position and measuring the relay switch, but switch is not on. So this is the cause, I think. But one time when I replaced the relay, it didn't solve. But let's see. So now I'm gonna put the new relay. But actually I tried this before and it didn't work, but let's see how it goes. Start. So it doesn't work, huh? So I think the problem is the ground relay or coil. One side we got the 12 volts, but the other side is not really grounded well. That's my guess. So that is the cause, I believe. So I'm gonna summarize what I learned today. So when I measured this guy, I think this guy, when the ignition key, I mean the key is on or the start, it gave 12 volts. But and also this guy, this switch side, when I turn the key to the start, I got 12 volts here. And this guy got 12 volts, but I didn't get this side. I didn't get 12 volts on this side. And this guy, because 12 volts was not supplied to the starter, it didn't start. So and also when I measured the conductivity of this and this, between this and this, and even with 12 volts is on, this guy was off. So that means this guy was not giving the ground signal. So it looks like it starts over again. And the bad thing is this is CPU. So I don't know what kind of condition is needed to give the ground for this coil. So I decided to check the ground for the CPU. So this connector, this one, actually this one, I disconnected, and the black cable of this connector is going to ground, and then another connector that also has the black cable. I'll show you later. But anyways, I'm gonna check the conductivity of this ground cable. So I put the clip and resistance. Okay, it has just good ground. It's almost zero. So that ground was 35, I think, and another one, this guy's very thick. Okay, so I took the connector, very thick one, and this is zero, so the ground is fine. I want to check the resistance gonna change or not. If he change the key position, I'm not gonna start, but I'm gonna just turn on, because this ground right now there's no key inside, but it already has 10 ohm. Accessory, it's same 10 ohm. Oh, it's 10 ohm. It's same. So I don't know if the CPU is doing anything on this. Yeah, I really don't understand what this CPU that according to the diagram, this goes to the CPU, and CPU is giving the ground, so that if you turn the key, it's already, I think we already have 12 volts on this terminal. No. Interesting. There's no 12 volts here. This might be the reason. It gave 12 volts, but now it's not. Right now key is on, but there's no 12 volts here. Then there's no way for the relay to turn on. So it's 12 volts somewhere. So as you saw, I think now I don't get the 12 volts on the brown, even if the key is on position. So it gave 12 volts, but I think one possible cause is actually I try to the ground the other side. This other side is connected to the computer CPU according to the diagram, but I wanted to activate the relay, so we get 12 volts on this side, and this side is gonna if I short the circuit to the ground, I thought it's gonna activate the relay, but it didn't activate the relay, and that might have burnt the fuse. And I checked the fuse inside the cabin, and everything was fine. So I think I'm gonna check the fuses here, and also I'm gonna remove this and check everything else inside the garage. Okay, I found this fuse is dead. It's here. It's really weird. It said oxygen and I think air fuel sensor. So this fuse, that's really weird. Yeah, it said this is third from the bottom, and it said oxygen air fuel sensor. So that 12 volts, I think I'm gonna put the new one here and let's see if we get 12 volts or not. But this 12 volts supply shared the fuse with this sensor thing. So I removed all the components, the relays and fuses, and I took a memo here so that I can put it back in the right order. And I removed the cover. This is the cover, so you have some kind of draw kind of thing. So removed. I think I'm gonna unscrew these guys, and then the circuit board should come off from this cover, and I want to see inside of the circuit board. So I removed the circuit board. Now this cover. So we have five screws here, and I still cannot. I think most of them are just the wiring. But I'm gonna inspect the board. So I wanna measure the resistance of the coil. It's high. Actually about 125 ohms. Huh. I don't understand why I blew the fuse. If it's 100 ohms, 12 volts is just 120 milliamps. So it shouldn't blow the 10 amps fuse. I don't know why I blew it. So actually I pinched the gap like this, so that in case there's any like a loose connections, these are the terminals for the relays, and these are the fuses. These are fuses, and these are relays, and these are connectors. And I actually pinched all the gaps, and I hope this will help. So I put it back together, and back side I put the cover on, and after I measured the resistance between this brown and white, that one side of the coil, negative side or ground side of the coil, and the resistance between this terminal to the ground for this circuit board, but there was no resistance. So I mean there's no conductivity. Conductance. So the unless this unit is powered, this will not give the negative side of this relay will not get the ground signal. So that's normal. And I don't know. I'm gonna put this back to the car and see what happens. So according to this diagram, the fuse I blew was this number 54. And according to this diagram, number 54 is this guy, and this surely goes to the air fuel sensors or all the sensors. And SC start. Okay, it says SC start. So this SC start goes to this SC start. Oh, that makes sense. So that's why I blew the fuse. I short circuited this terminal to the ground, but still I don't understand that that's weird. The relay, as you saw, the resistance was 110 or 115 ohm. So there's no way to blow the fuse. But anyways, when I short circuited here to the ground, it blew the fuse. And also I found this fuse 49 will go to ST start, another ST start. I guess this is the red, the wire, and this ST start. I know that I blew this fuse, the 54. So this ST start goes to the brown. This brown, and another ST start. Oh no, this I don't know. This is I think starter. That's weird. So there are two SD slots. So I put it together and put this here, and I connected the ground. And this time actually I have to rewire the blue one. So blue one actually was opposite. So I'm supposed to see the 12 volts on the blue and the white when the key is on. And no, when the key is on, I'm supposed to see the 12 volts on the brown, solid brown. And this negative brown has to be grounded, and this guy white and blue should get 12 volts when the key is stored, and this guy should go direct to the starter. So they actually, this white brown and white, previously we had about 10 ohm to the ground. So let's see if this turns or not. It may not. No, it turns. Okay, I'll see how it goes. I've said this too many times, but today it turned, and I hope. The one hope is that the fuse I replaced yesterday, after that was yesterday, that fuse was half dead. That is my hope, but I might be wrong. The same symptom may happen again. But anyways, today it worked. So, but I'm gonna keep the tapping wires out there and keep eye on it. So this morning it doesn't start. And I happened to find a web YouTube talking about the neutral positioning sensor. So right now it's P, and I suspect that could be the cause, and so I'm gonna now it's on, and I can shift to neutral and try to turn, but it doesn't turn. So I think it's not the neutral positioning sensor. And if you have that sensor on, then you are supposed to get the check engine lamp, but right now it doesn't give the check engine lamp, so I think it's not. So it's been working for a while, about 5 days without trouble, and today, actually yesterday, I changed. I'm starting to suspect the security of the car, like the theft-proof feature of this car is keeping the starter from turning. And I don't know, if I turn the key on, then I get this the security lamp, this here, and I don't know, and now right now it doesn't really turn off. I push the unlock. No, it doesn't turn on. Okay, now when I turn on the key, there is no the security signal. I mean the indicator on, and then it actually turns on. And it starts. So I think it's something to do with the security. So I'm back home, and I read a little bit about the immobility feature. I didn't recognize this old car has that kind of feature, but I have two keys, and actually this set of key, even if I press both of this button with on position, it didn't really change the status for the lock notice with or without horn. But I have another set, and if I use that another set, it worked. So if I turn the key on and press both lock and unlock, then the signal turn signal, both of the turn signals flashed, and it's changed the state of the mode, but this key doesn't, and maybe because this key is not registered. But anyways, okay, right now I see this mark, so it shouldn't, you know, turn on. Okay, I'm gonna try the other key. The manual said to avoid interference between two keys. You don't wanna have two keys close by. So I'm gonna get another key and try. So I got another key. Let's see. Okay, so with this key, I don't see that the lock, so it start. Although it doesn't really. Okay, it start. Okay, so that might be it. I think I'm gonna look more a little bit in detail, and I think there's a way to the register that the unregistered key. And also these days I actually brought two keys, so because I didn't want to turn off the motor, so if we have some situation that I park and leave the car, I kept the key on and the motor on, but I locked so to the car, and I use the other key to open the door. So if I have two keys together, that the security might be unlocked. Okay, I brought the other key again, and again, I still see that locked. Okay, I'm gonna bring the another key together. Okay, I brought another key. I'll keep it here, and turn on. No, it's actually, this doesn't work that way. It's not really a wireless. Interesting. But if I use the other key, this key, interesting. So it's unlocked. So that the problem was this key. Okay, that's good to know. So I think it's key. So if I use the good key, I don't really have that security the mark, but sometimes the bad key still, this guy, and right now it doesn't really give that alarm. So I don't know, it's still really confusing, but I think and according to the instruction manual, you are supposed to go to the dealer and to register the key, but I don't know if they're gonna go or not. But anyways, I think this is the cause, and if we I think I'm gonna stop the video here. It's been a long time, but I don't remember how many clips I made, but I think this is the cause of that non-start of the ignition, I mean the non-start of the starter. But still, the weird thing is if I had the bad key and tried many times, and then after a while, after a trial, I changed the key and good key, and then the ignition starts, but the engine doesn't really start. It looks like fuel might be cut, or the spark circuit is cut. I don't know, but it doesn't really start. But I think primary cause is that the security feature is somewhat screwed up, and as long as I use the register key or the good key, it should be fine. And all the electrical connections, everything, I did so many things, but those are looks like those are all fine, and it's just the security feature of this locking system and immobility system, I believe. But I don't think these keys are the intelligent keys, but I don't know. Uh, I'm not sure, but anyways, I'm gonna stop the video, and I hope if you have the same problem, I hope this my video or an entire work outline in the first and second in this video gonna help you to solve your problem. And thank you very much for watching. Bye.